Hey, good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's had a great week so far. I have been on the road, so a lot of my it's been a mess over here, guys. I'm sorry I've been on the road and I haven't had a chance to get anything recorded. And a lot of this stuff is just selling quicker than I can get it listed, so I apologize for that. Anyway, just going through here and seeing where we last stood, and obviously a lot of these have already sold. Yeah, they're going pretty quick. I think that I think we were right about here somewhere. So yeah, these were really good deals. I've been saving them and just haven't had time to get online. So I think that what we'll do is, matter of fact, I'm sitting out in a parking lot with Wi-Fi right now at a shopping center. So anyway, we're gonna give this a try here, and see if we can't get more back on routine here. I think I will just start with this one here. You know how I keep an eye on these Broncos. The reason why this Bronco stood out to me, not because of the ridiculous 44s, which do come with it, he says, but it's that it's rust free. I mean, if you look at this, I mean, it doesn't. When I say rust free, I mean it's not completely rust free. Obviously, there's some rust here and here, but it's not rotted out like a lot of them. It doesn't look like you're going to need to do much body work on this one, and it's only $5,000. So, and it runs and drives. Has a 400 with a manual. Let's see here. Needs some work, but runs, drives, and brakes work. So, and it does have a clean title. Comes with the 44-inch boggers. Interior was pretty decent. I mean, the door panels are there. Headliner looks like an aftermarket type headliner. And looks like an aftermarket seat. That looks like something out of an F-150 or something. But I'm just excited that it is in one piece and not completely rotted out. A lot of these things are rusted over the wheel wells really bad, and then some of them are, the whole quarter panel is just rusted way up in here. This one does not look to be that way. So this is a good purchase in my opinion. I think there's definitely some money to be made on that one. Put it on a normal set of wheels and tires and you probably get 75 for it pretty easy, maybe even 85. If you clean it up a little bit. Let's see, the Toyota Corolla. I put this one on here because this one was cheap, and these wagons are always collector pieces. We won't go over it since it's already sold, but $1,200 for a running, driving 5-speed wagon was a pretty good deal. Here's another one, Toyota Avalon. This Toyota Avalon is in Amarillo, Texas, $1,000. Oh, and this is the reason why it only had 170,000 miles, and it had issues with the accelerator. Not sure what that means, so you'd have to talk to the owner on that. Never heard of an issue with the accelerator, but the miles are right. You need to do some repair to the center console here. But for $1,000, this is a $3,500 car all day long. So figuring out what that accelerator issue is would be really the only thing you got to work on. And then other than that, she's ready to go. Let's see here. But yeah, I think that would be a good deal. All right, moving on. Yeah, another Avalon. I think I had Avalons. Let's see here. I think we have Avalons. I just did a quick search for Toyota Avalons or Toyota, I think, and a couple of these popped up. This one has a lot, 100,000 miles more, but it's $1,800 or $1,500. Sorry, he dropped the price on this one. So this one's $1,500. I think that's a pretty good deal for a running, driving Avalon. This is the older one though. This is a '99 model. Yeah, I wouldn't say that this is like a smoking deal, like you're going to make a bunch of money on it. But man, if you need a second car, if you need something, this is a good price. $1,500, you could probably sell this for, $2,500, drive it for a year, sell it for $2,500, use it as a commuter. Yeah, that would be a good deal. This one here caught my eye. Anytime an F350 crew cab, anytime a 1-ton crew cab 4-wheel drive pops up for sale for under $5,000, that's running and driving, in my opinion, that's always a good deal. This one, let's make sure this was running and driving. I've looked at thousands of these trucks, so I got to remember, so apologize. Let's see, 7.3 power stroke, was an automatic, somebody converted it to a 5-speed. Shift linkage is messed up. Okay, so yeah, somebody messed with the shift linkage, and it's out of adjustment, so that's got to get all figured out. Was said they have new injectors and turbos. I no longer have time to wear the project. So this one doesn't look like it's going to take much to get this one running and driving, and this is probably let's see, clean up that interior and stuff. I would say you could list this for $6,500. I hope that's not the transmission sitting in the bed. He said that it was an automatic that was converted to a 5-speed. So I'm assuming that's the automatic in the bed. And sorry, I don't have my glasses on. I'm using my laptop right now, so I'm not too. But that does look like a 5-speed transmission back there. Hopefully it's installed. But anyway, you'll have to research this one a little bit. Put some time into this one, but that's a good price. Either way. For a 1-ton 4-wheel drive. Again, as you can tell, I did do a search for Avalons or something. I think my daughter was wanting one, so I was just kind of keeping an eye on them. $2,500. This is a good price. For 2005 limited, and so this one's going to be loaded. And it was pretty clean, leather interior, no rips in the seats. Yeah, so I think there's probably about $1,000 room in this one. I think this is a $3,500 car. Okay, next one. All right, these Dodge. This is a 1-ton club cab, long bed, 4-wheel drive, $1,800. Man, you can't go wrong with that. That is cheap as it's going to get. He's willing to part it out. It is 4-wheel drive on the floor. What that? Oh, the shifter's on the floor, I guess. But it's clean. Look at that. Look at the side of that. No dents. That is a very clean body, very clean example, guys. Yeah, $1,800 is way too. Of course, this side's dented. Good grief. But no, either way, $1,800 is way too cheap for this, for a 1-ton. Clean this thing up, put it all back together, and yeah, you'll have that's probably a $5,000 truck right there. Pretty easy. All right, that's a good deal. Good deal. Let's see. Moving on to the next one. It already sold. Doggone it. That one, I really like this one. This one had the crooked pictures. Yeah, I like these old Power Wagons. These long bed step side ones. I thought these were cool, but that one's already sold, so we won't even talk about it. Oh, this is a good deal, I think. What was wrong with this one? Something's wrong with this. Needs some work. I'm not sure what it needs. It has transmission fluid leak. Okay, so it had a tranny leak and does shift and go into gear. No blow by. Nice solid flatbed. Just surface rust. Yeah. I'm not sure what the deal is on this one. I think maybe the transmission's in question. Maybe you need to talk to this guy on this one. But he did say it runs and drives and shifts, just has leaks, which that's not a big deal to fix. So if it's just leaks and get those fixed, you're looking at a really nice Dodge 3500 with the Cummins in it, and it's an automatic crew cab with a flatbed. I mean, you can't go wrong with that for the price. I think what was the price? $5,900. Yeah, that's that's $8,500 to $10,000 truck, fixed up and looking sharp. So yeah, there's plenty of room to be made on that truck. I would definitely reach out to him if you're interested in that one. Okay, next one is this one here. So this one is a V10, not a diesel. but it is a V10 and it is very low mileage. Well, considerably less miles than most. It's 190,000 miles. It is a V10, untouched. Dash isn't cracked. Interior is in great shape. This is just a good old clean truck, guys. And he's under $5,000 on this. I think that's worth it all day long. Yeah, that's a $7,500 truck. So I think he's wanting $5,000 for it. So I think that I think that's a good deal. And if you ever did want, just so you guys know, I don't know if you guys knew this, but if you ever did want to have a nice clean truck and eventually convert it to like a 12-valve Cummins, these are the easiest ones to swap because everything is literally the same. I believe it's the motor mounts are the same, the transmission is the same, the bolts, the bell housing on the transmission is the same. Everything literally the Cummins will literally bolt right in on these. So if you ever wanted to just have a nice clean one, you can pick this one up and drive it till you mess up the motor or whatever, or until you find a nice clean 12-valve motor to put in it and just swap it over. Okay, last but not least is this one here. So this one is a future collector in my opinion. I think these old F-body Camaros are going to be collectors, especially the IROC Zs. This one is a 88 IROC Z. Never been wrecked, never been touched, original paint. That's the reason why I think I would just, this is one of those I would just buy and park in the barn and forget about it. I'm sure the seats being covered with towels, I'm sure the seats are shot. But the dash didn't look busted up. Well, the dash is covered, so who knows? This is an Arizona car, so the interior could be fried. You'd have to reach out to them, but it is $1,500 for a running driving IROC Z. So that, I mean, and a T-top one at that. So the only thing better would be if it was a 5-speed, but obviously it's not. It's an automatic. But for $1,500, that's one of those. I think I would just buy it and forget about it. Just buy it and it'll be a future collector. The prices on these have been slowly going up over the last couple of years, so I don't think you're going to get hurt on that one. Anyway, guys, those are the ones I have for you today. Hopefully you will find a buy in those. Oh yeah, that one there. I picked that one. That one's already gone. Yeah. So these are some of them that I started saving. Actually, these are a couple other ones that I started saving, but they started selling quicker than I was putting them on there. This one here is a good deal. Yeah. Here's another one. This is a non-running, which shouldn't take much to get these running because this is an original, has the original engine in it, if I remember right. This is the Toyota engine, not a 350 swap. Yeah, see how clean this guy is on the interior, guys? This is let's go back here. This is a good one. Dash isn't all cracked up. Interior looks to be in decent shape. It looks to be pretty much stock, untouched, unmolested, and there you go. There's the original motor right there, guys. So this one is actually another good deal. Good thing I looked again. I hated to have passed on this one. As you guys know, these Land Cruisers are going through the roof. FJ60s are getting really hard to find, especially ones that are not rusted out or beat to snot. And this one looks to be in pretty good shape, guys, for $3,000. It would not take much to get this thing running and driving. I would definitely jump on that one if you guys are interested in the FJ60s or a fan of FJ60s. For $3,000, that's a good deal. I'm sure you could talk them down to $2,500 pretty easy, and snap that one up. And that's probably running and driving. You're probably looking at about $5,500 to $6,500 for that one. So that should not be hard to make happen. All right. So those are the ones I have for you guys. Hopefully that works. Again, these other ones sold. I did put this Chrysler Qdoba on here. That was more just for me to watch because I was interested. I hadn't seen one in a long time that was T-top. I wouldn't say that that's a good deal or a smoking deal or anything like that. So, sometimes I save these just for me to watch and just watch it and just see what it goes. But this was an automatic on the floor, bucket seat, T-top one. Just hadn't seen one in a while, so I was just kind of curious how fast it would sell. I wouldn't necessarily call that a screaming deal or anything. I was just wanted to keep an eye on it. So anyway, these other ones though, those are good deals. Those are all money makers. I think you'd be good to go on those. Oh, here's another one that you might want to look at. These 4-wheel drive vans, guys, these ain't no joke. These things go for stupid money. People are always following these things. I don't know what's wrong with this one. He doesn't say much about it. These are usually 460s. And, yeah. I mean, if you're wanting a cheap, let's see, a project I didn't get to start, not enough time, could be fixed up for camping and hunting. Okay. I don't know if it runs, drives, whatever, but it's a fairly rust-free body, 4-wheel drive, 3/4 ton with a 460 in it. So yeah, it's definitely worth $2,000 all day long. I mean, these things are going for way more than that, and you could find pop tops in the junkyard. I've seen guys put pop tops on these and getting, and redoing the interiors, and they're getting, $35-40 for these things. So, I mean, whatever you do to it, if you do it right, you're just going to get, you're going to 10x your money. You can easily 10x your money on these. So, if you're interested in one of those, that's a good one. All right, guys, that's what I got for you this week. Hopefully that works out for you guys. I will keep looking at them and see what I can save, and I will try and put up another video in the next couple of days. Talk to you guys later. We'll see you. Bye.